All right, what I'd like to do is show you the app that we are going to be using for the homework for the skeletal system. So if you are in this screen here, hopefully you already see this right here. It looks anatomy-like, and it says App Lab, but it really, if I click or scroll over it, you can see it's Human Anatomy Puzzle. And you can click install on that. If you don't already see this in your apps here, you can go up here to all, and you can go to not installed and click there. And you can see that it should come up here. So if you don't see it in the other area, you should be able to see it here. So all you have to do is just click on it with your trigger finger, and it's going to start installing. And you can do, other things. You can go back to the screen here while it's installing, go here. Then, obviously, if you're in the not installed, once it's done installing, it won't be listed here anymore. You can just go to all again, and then once it's done, it should come up. Wait for a moment. So as you can see, of course, depending on your internet connection will depend on how long it takes. So make sure that you give yourself enough time for that to be installed. Then this is what you're going to do for your homework. So we're going to open this up. You can see that it's the anatomy puzzle. If I step back here, you can see you can kind of move around in your room. It's a little bit different than the hubs that we're used to. So you can take a minute to kind of get yourself situated here. We start out at the menu here, and we start out at assembling a human skeleton. So what I would like you to do is go to easy. So click on that with your trigger finger, and then you're going to click play. All right, so then what we have here, I'm going to move slowly with my left joystick, just like we do in hubs. We're going to click start when we're ready to go. So what's going to happen is this skeleton is going to burst apart. So if you want to, you can kind of come up here and kind of take a look at the bones and kind of look around. I'm moving in my actual space here, not with the headset or with the controls. You can kind of look and notice that the left side of the body has the names written on the bones and the right side does not. So that's going to help you when you go to put together the skeleton, because that's what you're going to be doing. I suggest that you take a moment to kind of look at it while it's all put together before you click start, so you can kind of get the idea of how these bones go together in this program. You can kind of get down on your floor here and take a look at the tarsals, metatarsals, etc. Then come back here, and you're going to trigger finger to start, and you can see that it's going to pull apart. Then it gives you 10 minutes. So this is supposed to be like a fast game. So the first time, I want you to know that I did not make it in the 10 minutes. So don't beat yourself up if that doesn't happen. But you do need to eventually be able to put it together in less than 10 minutes. Okay? Because it'll X you out at 10 minutes. So you can see the progress over there at level easy. What I highly, highly recommend that you do, okay, this is how you're going to get it done in less than 10 minutes, is don't aim to get the bones set up in the middle where they started. Aim to put the bones together like you would a puzzle with each other, okay? So for example, if I start here, I'm going to grab the femur with my trigger finger, okay? So I have my kind of controller here. I highlight it green, that means I'm touching this one, and I have it. Remember that my left side has all the names on it. I'm going to set it over here. Now I know that my femur is going to articulate with my pelvis, and I know that this is the left pelvis because it has the name on it. So I'm going to come over here, and I can try, so I see this is my acetabulum here, that's where it's going to connect. I can see as I get close to where it's supposed to go, it starts to turn yellow, okay? Then it clicks. Hopefully you heard that, even though I was talking. It clicks into place. So now these two are connected to each other. So then I can just set it over here again, and then I'm gonna go grab, say, my tibia, for example. I know that the tibia is going to articulate with my femur. So I come over here, you can see the yellow that tells me I'm getting close, and then it clicks into place. So I highly recommend that you start with some of these larger bones rather than starting with these tiny things and piecing them all together. It does take some finesse. And again, remember my first try, I didn't make it in 10 minutes. And that's basically because it can get a little finicky, right? So if I take my fibula here and I sit here, I can try to get close and move it and get it just right. And the only reason I'm doing it so quickly right now is because I have done this and I've practiced. So just keep in mind that it can be very difficult to get them in the right spot, okay? So take your time, I suggest you work with the bigger bones, piecing them together. Again, see now these are all connected, I can move them around, and I kind of build over here and grab from over here. And then eventually, you know, and you can obviously lift it up too so that you can get down here, you can bring it down, you can move it around so that you can attach things better. And the nice thing is that you can actually hold things with both hands here. So for example, I can hold this and then, let's see if I can find, here we go. I can grab this at the same time. So I can move both things, and it tells me this is the sacrum. Pay attention to these things. You're learning the bones, and I'm holding onto the femur. And I can sit here and I can try to piece them together. Now these two might not be the best. Yeah, so here we go. So I'm getting closer and snap. Okay. All right, so then once you have put the entire skeleton together, it'll come up and say, you know, congratulations. And then at that point, I need you to take a screenshot. So I can't do that right now because I'm recording. But remember, you click the Oculus button and then it comes up and you're going to take a picture. Okay, so make sure though that you're back far enough to where I can see, you know, that you completed it, that it's at 100%, you know, your progress should say 100%, and it should take the amount of time that it took you. I don't care how long it took you, as long as you were able to complete it in the 10 minutes that's provided. So you can take a very, very long time, and that's fine with me. You can take the entire, you know, 9 minutes and 59 seconds, and that's absolutely fine because I'm more concerned about you learning the names. So I suggest that you come in a couple of times before you try to master it. So come in here, you know, grab these things, take a look at them, move them around, because that's really the learning here. It's not the speed. It's not to turn in the assignment. The learning here is so that you can know what the bones are. So you see how they articulate with each other, how they connect to each other. Okay. And then of course, when you are done, so you'll, you know, take a photo, and then you will send that to me, post it to your newsfeed. I know that we're having some issues sending it in Messenger, so just go ahead and post it to your newsfeed, and then that will be your homework for this week, the skeletal system. If you have any questions, any issues, obviously just let me know.